Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast. We are back at it again, doing what we do, and we talking draft. The draft just went down. Today is Saturday night. I got some fights on to my left. I'm podcasting with the fellas tonight. Craft Man in the building, as always. Craft Man, what's going on, man?
We are back into it. Just got my first rookie draft done. It was pretty crazy. A couple trades went down, but, you know, the NFL draft was – I know we're going to get into Shadur, but good God, I've never seen a player that could have been projected to maybe go in the top 3 fall as far as he did. So that was just like one of the main parts of the NFL draft. But it was pretty crazy. But what you got going on, Chris?
Not much. I'm just appalled at the bias towards Dion and all of them that we're seeing here. It's absolutely abhorrent, bro. Like, there's a hidden agenda going on here for this man to drop down this far. No, I'm just playing, man. Like, fuck. Like, I don't know. There's got to be, like, the attitude. We won't get too deep into it, but the attitude got to mean something. Like, you know, this is a business. This is a business. If you ain't acting right, these people do not want to deal with your ass. But I don't know. I hear racism and shit like that. I got Cam Ward going number 1. I mean, and I can pull up number 1s from the past 20 years that could probably prove that otherwise. So I don't know about that narrative. But
nah, you ain't lying. I'm with you.
This draft to me was kind of underwhelming, man. Like I expected to see a bit more. I'll be honest with you. I expected to see some more trades, like some player trades for picks and stuff like that, and we didn't really see much of that. I don't know. I'm not like as hyped about this class, really, but some good names on here.
It's gonna be a great class, Chris. What are you talking about? It's gonna be the best class that ever was.
No, I definitely don't think so.
Definitely this year, deep at running back and then deep at tight end. And for your super flex, you know, quarterback and wide receivers a little bit weaker, except for wide receivers, you do got a big name prospect that everybody wanted to hate on. But mostly running backs and tight ends. Chris is right. It was like the draft wasn't eventful, but that second round came around and then players started rolling off the board. We had a lot of shit going down in that second round. But Kraft just in general, you know, we kind of talked about Sanders for a sec, but in general, anything you got to say about the draft?
I mean, I thought it went somewhat expected. There was a couple teams like the Cowboys who went pretty much the entire draft without. I guess Javonte Williams is just going to be the guy. I mean, at this point, Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders are just going to run the ship because they didn't draft a running back until the 5th round or so, and it's an undersized guy, Jaden Blue. So that was surprising to me. And I'm not going to make it about the Packers. I got my Packers on. We drafted a receiver in the first round, guys. The first time since 2002.
I was surprised by that a little bit. I definitely don't hate the pick though. I mean, Matthew Golden. I think that's going to be a good pick for you guys.
Well, I know Matt.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah,
I was just going to say, I know you're not big on taking skill players like in the first round, but what did you think about that, taking a skill player?
I just think you got another receiver like the little bunch y'all got. It's like y'all got 4 or 5 of the same guys out there. I mean, I would have wanted the Tet for the Green Bay Packers. That's what I would have wanted. Matthew Golden, I mean, you already got one, bro. You got a faster Jaden Reed. You got a Dontavian Witt. You got another one. Good job, Green Bay.
I kind of started coming down on Ted a little bit. I loved him at the beginning, but after everything that went on.
Yeah, Carfan's saying this, but after he walked out on that stage and he was wearing that powder blue and black, he was like, I'm a little bit lower on Tet right now. This motherfucker suck, bro. He on the Panthers.
Number 3 in the rankings at wide receiver right now. Once I seen him go to the Panthers, I was like, it's over. His career's done. Let's just go ahead.
Oh, man.
I like Ted McMillan on my team.
I didn't think we would take a wide receiver right there, but I don't mind the pick. Like, hey, it shows that they committed to getting some Bryce Young, a little bit more weapons. They know that Adam Thielen and all them are going to be gone. I would have liked to have seen maybe, one of these first-round defensive players come off right there, but we did end up getting a few, and Carolina didn't have a terrible draft. It could have been way worse.
Well, one team that surprised me a little bit was actually the Bears again, because they just keep showing that they are going to give Caleb Williams all the weapons that he can possibly have at his disposal. Like they just kept doing it over and over and over again. Keep drafting.
Didn't they take Luther Burden and all of them too? I was just kind of like, that's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why?
Colston Loveland in the first round, tight end.
Yeah, Colston Loveland.
Yeah, and the offensive lineman in the third round. So they just kept building around Caleb Williams, which might be the right thing to do.
Yeah, that was one of my thoughts too. Before we hop on to these running backs and tight ends, we're just going to go down the draft and just kind of talk about their fantasy impact, real impact. But first, don't be a motherfucking hoe. Share the motherfucking show. So don't be a hoe. That's what we do here. We're not on here asking for your money and your cash. But at least you can do is don't be a hoe and share the goddamn show. Craftman, would you like to add any? With that said, check us out on Twitter, fake stuff, whatever it is, fake FF stuff. You can check me out on Twitter at Crew Matt Ham. But share the show, ultimately. That's what helps us grow this podcast, is sharing that thing. Craftman, anything you want to say before we get going?
No, I'm good, man. You covered it. Word of mouth, best thing available, but I'm ready to get into it.
Everything that you want to follow is in our checkout. Hopefully, we got a dope ass YouTube intro for this next episode. Check it out there. Check out our podcast descriptions. You can anything you want to know, it's there. But let's just go ahead and get it started. Ashton Jeanty, Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, this one was pretty straightforward. I feel like everybody knew he was going real high. But my thing was, I was a little surprised he kind of went at number 6 because I knew he was going to go high. But take it, where I stand, Craftman. I mean, you said it. I don't know if you said it in the intro, but like skill positions real high. Like that's just not the way I like to roll. Like I probably would have never spent a top 10 pick on a running back. And I thought, I'm not saying Tom Brady has a lot of impact up there in Vegas. Like probably has no word at all. But I just kind of thought they would steer away from that direction because I know a lot of people thought Jeanty was going to the Raiders, but I kind of thought they might veer away just because. I mean, I'm just not into taking running backs that high. But with that said, his stock is through the motherfucking roof. 101s in your super flex or your 102s, probably 101 the mostly. But yeah, Craftman, any thoughts?
I mean, he's definitely the 101 in your rookie drafts, but it's not the best landing spot in my opinion. I think this kind of puts him in that category. If we're talking redraft next year, I would be surprised if he finished in the top 3 running backs. But I think it's a very safe pick. Probably going to be at the back of the first round, early second, something like that. He might be going around that little Jonathan Taylor range. I don't think with the Raiders he has the possibility of finishes number 1 or number 2. Is what I'm saying. But it's a good spot. It's a good landing spot. Not a great one.
Yeah, got Geno Smith. Go ahead, Chris.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, Geno Smith is over there now. They got Brock Bowers over there that's going to be causing some issues in the secondary and shit like that. Jacoby Myers is still going to be there. I mean, the Raiders, that's not like a bad team, but the thing is that I think that might take away from Ashton, like Craftman saying, being a number 1 or a top 3 guy is going to be, I perceive these people to be playing from behind a lot, which is going to hurt Ashton in your fantasy. But the guy can catch the ball out of the backfield and he can run between the tackles, and that can translate into fantasy points. But I have seen Josh Jacobs go out here with this Raiders team and just go absolutely off. Yeah. And they have good games and stuff like that. I think it's a good landing spot as far as with Matt talking about they don't like the skill player early. I just knew Vegas, if they got to 6 right here, they're not taking anything other than Ashton Jeanty right here. I just didn't see them taking any other player other than a running back right there.
Nah, I mean, with Jeanty going there, I want to hear Matt's take on it, but it's not as bad as Saquon when he was with the Giants, but the Raiders the Raiders should be better than the Giants were back then, but it still limited Saquon's upside when he was there. So I kind of foresee that a little bit, even though he did catch passes a lot with the Giants. So, Matt, what you agree with that? You think he can finish high?
I think he can finish higher because, I mean, you got to think Saquon has some years at quarterback with some really, we're talking about some bums. I know he had that 1 year with Daniel Jones, but I mean, we're talking about like DeVito in some year. I mean, we're talking about bad. I just think Geno Smith will be able to sustain the offense a little bit more, where Ashton Jeanty ain't going to be. I do agree with you about number one, number two, maybe not even top 3 or 4. I'd have to, look at it myself, but I think if you're like at the 101, you're ecstatic that Ashton Jeanty went so high. You're like, wow, good. He got top 10 draft capital. I'm not going to have to worry about him for like 5 years. So I think you're happy about that. I just think it's not going to be like Saquon bad. I just think it's not going to be like great. Like, I don't feel the same way like, when Jahmyr Gibbs got drafted last year at the 11 or 12 spot. I was like, holy shit, or 2 years ago, whenever it was. It don't feel like that, but it feels like you got what you need. You got your capital. He's going to be the best back on the team. It's just the Raiders.
And they have nobody there that's going to take anything away from them, too. So
they just got a bunch of older guys, don't they? I know they were running like Abdullah, or were they running Bolden? Yeah. Was it Brandon Bolden and all of them? Like
did they still have Zamir White?
I'm probably sure that they do, but I mean,
well, just if we're even talking about it, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. That there is nobody there.
Yeah,
right.
You got to ask if they still have the person. They ain't nobody to begin with, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you can't remember if he just got cut or not, then it doesn't matter.
Well, shoot, crap, man. Right off the top of your head, before I move on, if you did a dynasty ranking today, how high is Ashton Jeanty?
No, that's kind of. I would.
Is it tough?
Yeah, it's top 5. It's definitely top 5. I'd say around that 3-4 range, around the Saquon Barkley range, probably.
All right, well, let's slide on to it. We got Colston Loveland. He was the first tight end off the board. I think some people were thinking Tyler Warren. The truth is Tyler Warren's probably the best tight end, and Colston Loveland's probably the best receiving tight end. And as far as what the Bears want, I mean, just tag him on up with Cole Kmet. I mean, it's like you said, crap, man. I mean, they building the whole damn thing around this man. I really don't mind this pick at all because you actually have a vision of what you're doing. You got the guy who you thought is a good receiving tight end. Cole Kmet can already receive. I mean, you're going to have hella weapons out there, the Bears doing what they do. So, got to love Colston. I also think in your rookie drafts, your super flex drafts, Colston definitely goes ahead of Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, I mean, we're going to talk about him here in a sec, but him going to the Colts doesn't exactly butter my biscuits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't exactly want him like that. Doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? It don't turn me on like Colston Loveland to the Bears turns me on a tad bit. So, in top 10 draft capital for a tight end, I ain't complaining. What you say, crap, man?
I think it's kind of crazy that they did this at number 10, but Tyler Warren did go ahead of Colston Loveland in my rookie draft I just did. But the thing about him, he's got great hands, good acceleration. He's a receiver at tight end. But I really didn't see that much of a problem with Cole Kmet. So I don't know how big of an upgrade he's going to be over Cole Kmet. And it kind of seems like they got the same kind of tight end on the team because neither one of them are really used as like this hand in the dirt blocking tight end. They're, you kind of split them out and run routes. And I mean, I like them a lot, but I don't know. I feel fine with them in a rookie draft, but it's nothing special in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if Chris, if you want to put in your input, but I just think, you know how I feel, how we feel on this podcast with tight ends. Like we're putting the tight ends on this episode with these running backs. I don't really like tight ends, so I feel like he's going to go pretty high in your rookie drafts to the point where I ain't going to take him. You know what I'm saying, Kraft man? I know me and you going to be. Did you draft him? Where at 109?
109. Yep. 109. But my league's a little different because the premium is it's a half point PPR, and the tight ends are 1.5 points. So it's like it's a really tight end premium league.
Would you take Loveland over Warren?
Yeah, I would. I don't.
Chris, would you?
You know how I think about Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Then. Shit. Let's just slide it on over to the next one then. The next tight end, I done brought his name up every time. Tyler Warren, Indianapolis Colts. And, my thing is he probably is the best tight end, and this is more NFL football. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good NFL football tight end. I think people think he's going to dominate fantasy-wise. I'm just not sure about that. I mean, he did. It looked like a beast at Penn State. There ain't no doubt about it. But, I mean, look at what the Colts got going on. They got Anthony Richardson. They got Daniel Jones, who's probably going to play. I feel like the Colts feel like he's going to play. So, we're talking about a couple guys out there. You know how it is with tight ends. Like, I'm passing on tight ends. Like, I don't exactly like the landing spot for Tyler Warren. I mean, I didn't like Brock Bowers' landing spot last year. He's a fucking beast. But I'll say the same thing about Tyler Warren. I don't like his landing spot. I don't really like tight ends. I don't really like the Colts, period. And I don't like their situation. So Tyler Warren, man, whew. I agree he's talented, but this might be one where I would try to buy the dip on because I don't know what people are going to think about Tyler Warren, to be honest. I mean, are people going to be all over Tyler Warren this rookie draft? I don't feel like it.
He sucks, and the quarterback sucks. That's my opinion. I think Tyler Warren. I mean, he's fine, but if he would have went to just the perfect spot, like if he would have went to the Chargers, it would have been a different story. But you're talking about Anthony Richardson throwing him the football. Like it doesn't matter if Anthony Richardson gets better or not. I think it's over. Daniel Jones is probably going to be the quarterback. So. The reason the Colts did it is because maybe he can complete over 45% of his passes to Tyler Warren 5 yards down the field. It's like, can we just bring that 45% number up to 49%? That's where I'm at. And Tyler Warren, he's an okay tight end.
My thing with it though, man. I want a tight end. It's if you're not in tight end premium or anything like that, and if you are, I mean, touchdowns are king for tight end. And the thing I've noticed about with the Colts is they'll have a young tight end on their roster, but when they get in the red zone, they put Mo Alley Cox back in there, and I just don't want to see is Tyler Warren going to be on the field in the red zone? Like, I just need to see this happen because I've seen it happen. I've seen Granson be out there. I think was his name. Wasn't it? Is it Granson, the younger guy that they had? And they take him off.
Yeah, Kylan or something like that.
Kylan Granson. But then they take him off, and then all of a sudden you got 70-year-old Mo Cox out there on the line, and he gets a touchdown, and that literally helps nobody's fantasy day whatsoever. It's just fuck the Colts, man.
well, the reason they drafted him so early is because he played quarterback in high school, so they plan on using him there, full time.
Oh man.
Well, it said tight end, but it was a Travis Hunter situation. It should have been tight end, quarterback.
I don't know. You know how it is. Like, the truth is, if you're listening to the podcast for the first time, if you need some good tight end analysis, you probably ain't getting that here because we don't fuck with them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a good tight end. I think you should get a tight end. I think you should go get the good tight end, the best tight end you can get. But it's just like, seriously, like, am I going to be spending my time in these rookie draft? Like, let's just be honest. No matter how high these guys are drafted, I'm probably spending my third rounds on tight ends. Like, those first 2 rounds, I want to get running backs and wide receivers and quarterbacks. Like, tight ends, people were getting Laporta in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a lucky guess. Like, I would just rather take a lucky guess at this point. Like, Tyler Warren, even Colston to an extent, like, it's just too much for me. But, all right. This might be one of my favorite picks right here. Omarion Hampton. I thought he was number 2 in the running backs when we was kind of evaluating them. Man, perfect landing spot, Kraft, man. I mean, it don't get no better than this. So I thought he was 2 regardless, but then I really think, this is just my opinion, if you're sitting at the 101, Man, I might shop out that 102, that 101, maybe try to go to the 102, 103 if I can get Hampton plus. You know what I'm saying? I'd definitely do that for the Chargers. Man, J.K. Dobbins was balling out on this team last year. This motherfucker gets hurt every year. Give me the young stud, Omarion Hampton. This dude's up there, Kraft Man. Go ahead and say what you got to say, Kraft Man.
Did you forget about Najee Harris? Did you forget that they signed the beast himself,
Yes.
Najee Harris, to this team? Nah, I'm just kidding. I think it's gonna be more like Najee's gonna get his playing time at the start of the year. Hampton's gonna kind of eat into it every single time. He's just gonna take a lick off the plate, until the plate's empty, and then Hampton's gonna be everything because Najee he just isn't that good. But we did our rookie stuff. Hampton's not my favorite, but I think he is a very solid running back that can get the yards that are there every single time. And Najee does does too much, trying to jump cut, and he just loses yards too much. I think this is the guy that the Chargers wanted, who can just put his head down, run people over, put him in 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 10. So I like the pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good
draft
grab right there. Yeah, first round draft capital. Like I said, J.K. Dobbins just ran like a fucking fool with this team. Got Harbaugh over there. He's a run first coach. He's gonna be designing run plays for this dude. They're gonna be running a lot. I like the pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably my favorite pick of the draft. I mean, if I was sitting at the 102, it would be tough because Ted McMillan ain't falling for me. Like, I feel like that dude got a lot of stank on his name when it got down to draft time. And hey, I don't really hate the pick. So that 102, 103, that shit's gonna be close to me, depending on what you think of Cam Ward too. I guess. I mean, this rookie draft's a little different this year, Kraft Man. I mean, I feel like it could go a lot of ways. I can't wait to get in a couple of them, but I mean, anything you want to add, Kraft Man?
No, I'm good on it. It's gonna be this year might be a little slower, but the future is definitely gonna be pretty damn good for Hampton.
Well, I know Kraft Man, he wants to talk about his Packers, so that's where we are at. And oh man, wrong one. We ain't doing wide receivers today, are we? Well, let me get on back to the running back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man. We really was about to take off. I was just about to talk about the Packers, man, and I have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I hate to do you a disservice, Quinshon Judkins.
We can talk about Josh Jacobs still if you want. I mean, he's still a beast. So if you want to stay on running backs for the Packers, I mean, we can do that. But that's not what this episode's about. So we'll talk about Judkins.
That's right. We'll get to the Packers next episode. Judkins, round 2. Chris, the only thing I could think of, we just talked about Omarion Hampton, and then we're doing Judkins, and then we're going to talk about TreVeyon Henderson here in a little bit, Swizzy. I just want to say shout out to my guy, Big Dunk, because that motherfucker's team's in shambles all of a sudden out of nowhere, man. Motherfucker got running backs getting on the bench real fast. But, all right, Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State, round 2, Cleveland Browns, the number 36 pick in a draft. So he's got the draft capital. Nick Chubb, been banged up a little bit. This looks like the next go-to right here with Judkins. We all saw him. He was with TreVeyon Henderson with Ohio State. Balled out. I mean, I felt like I don't know the number specifically, but it felt like he had a larger role at times than TreVeyon Henderson with Ohio State. Not to say TreVeyon Henderson ain't a beast, because he is a beast, but Judkins, I like it. Draft capital. I mean, it makes our rookie drafts good. He'll be going in that mid to first round range, I'm sure. Craftman, what do you think about it? The thing is, it's the Browns, you know what I'm saying? But we've seen running backs have success with the Browns no matter what they're doing. So it feels like Stefanski and all them could get it rolling, and the running backs could still have success, even though the Browns, they're probably not going to win. I mean, what's Deshaun going to do? Shandor, Sanders, all that shenanigans they got up there. So Judkins probably going to be the man up there in Cleveland.
Well, I mean, one thing I got to say, they did draft one of my favorite running backs in the class in the 4th round, Dylan Sampson. So there's, that's something that's there. They got Jerome Ford there, who's not a bad running back, but I like Judkins to kind of fill in that Nick Chubb role, but I think you have to, when you're going into your drafts, you have to ask yourself, like, where would I have drafted Nick Chubb if he was on this team? And Nick Chubb was it's going to be hard to beat what Nick Chubb was for this team when he was, completely healthy and in his prime. So, and you still wasn't getting a top 5 running back in a year with Nick Chubb. He was very solid. So with Judkins, I think I would limit my expectations a little bit and just know that you got a guy that's going to score some touchdowns that the Browns can get in the red zone and get on the goal line. But it was a good landing spot. It wasn't great, but I like it. It's going to be a good pick in your rookie draft, and he's going to get plenty of volume. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris?
I think it's going to be good. I mean, it's going to be all right. It's a good pick. Like I said, I mean, I'm just happy Dunk's team's going to be in shambles, bitch.
Who does he have?
Hold on, man. Real quick, crap. We're talking about Chubb for the Browns, Najee with the Chargers, TreVeyon Henderson, dude had Ramondre. We're talking about 3 straight running backs that just come in there and smack that all of a sudden. Just like, bam, all real fast. But, yeah, Chris is right. We can't help it but think about our home leagues at a time like this.
DT
Some motherfuckers are
about
going
the league.
DT is all right.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, we'll have a good episode for our QBs and wide receivers. Let's go on to the next one. TreVeyon Henderson. Craftman sent me a text predicting he'd be the second running back off the board. Bang! Wrong on that one. Wrong.
Dead wrong. Hey, because the Patriots picked so early, that's the only reason, because they picked at number 4. They knew that it was reaching if they had to reach for Henderson at 4. But if the Patriots were picking at, where did Hampton go? Whatever it was, 22. They'd have picked, if the Patriots are 21, they'd have picked Henderson, 21.
Well, my thoughts on Henderson is I think it's a good landing spot because I think the offense, McDaniel's back in the building. They're going to be dumping it off to the running back again, Drake May. I mean, I feel like, Chris, he doesn't really have anything positive to say about the Patriots very often, but I think with the Drake May and dumping it off to TreVeyon Henderson, I actually like it, crap, man. I would take Henderson over Judkins.
I would take Henderson over Hampton. I love the landing spot. This is a new head coach. This is a totally new team. Ramondre Stevenson can go kick it out back and not do shit. He's going to sit around and watch TreVeyon Henderson go to work. That's the way I'm looking at it. TreVeyon Henderson's super explosive. He's going to be incredible for this team. Drake May is going to ball out. Patriots going to be playing from behind all the time. TreVeyon, great running back, great pass blocker. He's going to be playing on third down all the time. They're going to be playing from behind a lot. So I love it. This is going to be a PPR machine. And
yes,
you get him in between the tackles, he's just going to kill it. He's going to get at least 60% of the snaps next year. Sorry, Ramondre Stevenson owners, but it's over.
But yeah, probably got to drop an episode for winners and losers of the draft because that's a big loser right there. All right. Well, shoot. I mean, as far as running backs go, he's got the draft capital. Makes you draft. Like I've been saying, I want our rookie drafts deeper. You know what I'm saying? Especially since, heck, I'm picking at the 5, the 6, the 10 this year. So I need a deep rookie draft. So I was all for it. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. I'm gonna go ahead and just slide on to the next one. Because we're gonna go through these quick, some of these quick. I mean, if you're watching this, are you like, who is this guy? Well, he's a tight end. So tight end for the Jets. I guess really the only reason I'm bringing him up is because of draft capital, crap, man. I don't really like or dislike Mason Taylor or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up too. Terrence Ferguson. And I'll go ahead and bring up Elijah Arroyo. All these tight ends.
Let's get it over with. Just bite the bullet.
I specifically want to bring up Terrence Ferguson, though, Craftman, because the Rams get their tight ends involved. I said it at the end of last year. We were watching playoff football. Their tight ends were involved. I think they even got the boy from Clemson out there catching balls. So I would rank Terrence Ferguson up a little bit higher than these guys that he's bunched up with. And I would take a shot on Terrence Ferguson depending on where he went in the draft, because the Rams do things different. We always see it. And I guarantee you that Terrence Ferguson is going to get some play time. Even if it's not at the beginning, I guarantee you he's going to be part of that offense, and he'll probably be, a main clog in it. You know what I'm saying, Craftman?
Yeah, I'm glad you kind of focused on Ferguson, because I think this is the number 2 tight end in fantasy in this class. I would take him over Warren. I still think maybe Loveland, but as far as Mason Taylor goes, when they start talking about how great he is as a blocker and all that, I'm like, who cares about his blocking? I'm trying to play fantasy football. So, I don't really care how good he is at blocking. But, I mean, I think Ferguson got the skills to get out there at receiver in the slot, put him out there, be a mismatch for linebackers. And, the Rams, like you said, the Rams going to use the tight end. Tyler Higbee's been hurt for a while, so I think he can slot in and get you some good points, like maybe not right away, but pretty soon.
I'll throw
yeah, they're all tight ends.
Junior.
They're all
tight ends, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Is this a tight end episode?
One of them was drafted at
running backs
42, and 46, and then 50. Yeah.
So there's a little bunch.
Hey, didn't RJ Harvey go before this guy? Did RJ Harvey go before this guy? What's your problem, Matt? You just want to talk about tight ends all night? Is that the plan?
I just want everybody to know that there's a group of tight ends right here that we love. We all love them all. But I'm just saying that you should just take a shot on one of these guys that you like at the tight end spot. You never know; it could pay off. Probably not. He'll probably be in your taxi for a couple of years. Let's just slide over real quick, because this one's a good one too, Craftman. I don't care what people say. We had some things to say about Trey Harris.
We ain't on receivers though. We're on running backs.
Oh man, that boy, man. I meant to say I meant to do RJ Harvey, Denver Broncos.
Man.
Good Lord. This was another good one, because Craftman, the reason why RJ Harvey sticks out to me is because RJ Harvey was literally the first running back that I watched. I set a list with you. We set a list, and he was at the bottom of that list. And I thought, God damn, like if this is what the list is going to look like, I feel like this is going to be good. RJ Harvey with Sean Payton and Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. I feel like this one's pretty good right here, Craftman. This one's going to be one I wouldn't mind taking a little shit's hot. Oh, and I want this one. I ain't even going to lie. Give me some motherfucking RJ Harvey for real. I think people going to be out there overdrafting on RJ Harvey, because I think his stock done went up. So I feel like I probably won't even be getting him. But, I mean, this one right here could be a little dangerous, I think, Craftman, especially when we're talking about PPR leagues.
This one reminds me of Devon Achane. He went way ahead of where people predicted him to go, and he went to a good landing spot. And this was my favorite team for a running back to go to with Sean Payton. So the running backs over there ain't nothing. They got Estime, who's like I don't know. He just runs right up the middle and falls down after 3 yards. It doesn't do anything else for you. And then they got rid of Javonte. But if you talk about the running back targets that this team gets, they throw to their running backs pretty much more than anybody else in the league. So this is a guy that's going to get out in space. He's going to be a guy that's going to, break off the big one every now and again. He's going to be a good running back in fantasy. I like this pick. I like this landing spot. I'm all about it. Let's go.
Anytime you compare a fantasy running back to Devon Achane, got to be a little excited.
Are you with that, Chris?
I could see it. I definitely could. Sean Payton, back there, they're going to be throwing this kid the ball in the backfield. And just leave it up to him. Make that first man miss. You make that first man miss, and if you get really good at making that second man miss, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, they just have nobody
Okay.
there. Is the reason. I mean, nobody there gonna take snaps away. So second round draft capital, pretty damn nice. What are you thinking? What are you doing over there?
Man, I'm cashing money as we speak, man. I'm cashing money as we speak. Hey, listen, man, we got to get some fights on the podcast at some point. I just cashed out Randy Brown knockout. Let's go. All right, then let's slide on to the next one because this is the next one. Because I like this one too. Round 3, Kaleb Johnson. Listen, there's just a lot of damn. I get distracted because I'll be time stamping. There's a lot of damn discourse about Kaleb Johnson because some people think he's just a straight up best. Some people think he's in the tops. I think he's better than RJ Harvey personally. I think Kaleb Johnson's pretty good. He's just a different style of running back than a lot of these guys. He's just one cut and go. I feel like that's probably going to be okay with Pittsburgh, to be honest with you. If he's just going to keep that style, one cut and go, I could see Kaleb Johnson working out because I think there's just a lot of opinions about Kaleb Johnson. I think some people think he's real good, and I think some people think he's real trash. I think people think he's slow because he didn't run the 40 good, but if you watch his film, you can tell he's fast. So, Craftman, I personally like it.
Yeah, Steelers running back. You can go ahead and put him on my team. Every day of the week. I want the Steelers running back. Jalen Warren's going to be involved, but I do like this pick. He don't even have to switch colors from his college team. He can keep that same jersey and just put a different number on it, and it's going to look the exact same. But that's the difference between Najee and this guy. Like you said, one cut, hit it and go. Najee, feet shuffling all the time. Like they got tired of that crap. Get the yards and let's go. I like it a lot. I would probably take him behind like Judkins or something, but he's like at the bottom of that tier right there where it kind of drops off where he got drafted, and then the next one was like Scattebo later on. So
right.
I think that's kind of like in your rookie drafts where there's a bunch of guys that you want that we've already talked about. And then after Kaleb Johnson, it becomes like, all right, you might have to – another running back might go 8 or 9 picks later because these are the premier landing spots for the ones that we've talked about already.
I think we're just going to pull up these names right here. They didn't get that day 1 or 2 draft capital. And I want to say this before we talk about Scattebo. It's motherfucking important. I think that draft capital, since me and Craftman have been doing the podcast, that draft capital, except for like a couple spare teams out there, like I don't care about the Rams draft capital. I don't really care what their draft capital players are like. But draft capital, man, it fucking matters. There ain't no doubt about it. So Cam Scattebo, Giants 4th round, I think what's interesting about him is we all saw him go off in the college football playoffs and the conference championship. The Giants kind of have an opening. I'm going to say Tyrone Tracy was doing his thing last year, so it feels like he's going to be the starter. But it just feels like there's a path for Cam Scattebo.
Yeah, I think the Giants want that early down grinder, and I think he's probably going to start right away. So even though he was drafted in the 4th round, I think that they got a deal on him, and he's going to be their starting running back day one. I think they want to use Tyrone Tracy as their 3rd down running back and a change of pace type guy. But I think this is what they want to do. They want to grind it out in between the tackles. They want to punish teams. So I think Scattebo is going to be a good pick. My question is, he went around like the mid-2nd round in our draft. Would you trade a veteran for him, like a Joe Mixon or somebody like that, to maybe land this? 4th round don't look great, but the landing spot sure does, and the competition on that team don't look so great. What do you think, Chris? Joe Mixon or Cam Scattebo?
I mean, that'd be tough because it's like if the Giants actually start the kid day one and they go like what you're saying, which I agree with what you're saying. I think that's what they're going to do. But it could be close. Go ahead and get a young. My only thing is that Scattebo don't have the draft capital. 4th round guy, they could easily replace this dude.
I don't know. I like him. I like Cam.
I mean, like, if I got a 2nd round pick and he goes mid-2nd, I'll snatch up Scattebo. all day, every day. Feel good about it, especially with landing with the Giants right here. Even if he wasn't going to be the starter, I think this kid's going to get reps. Like, he's going to play.
He's just a football player. Like, he's just going to go out there.
Right.
And he's just going to be.
Honestly,
he's going to be good.
He's a freak, man. I mean, I was watching him play in the playoff, and I was like, good God. I mean, this kid right here just talking about carrying this goddamn team right now. It's like
while puking on the sideline.
Exactly.
While puking. Like, he's
just a ball player.
It's going to be just fine for Scattebo, for sure. I'm in on this one.
What about this one?
What
you think, Craft Man?
I mean, this was
our last
this was yeah. Well, I think we got a couple more, but we skipped over Dylan Sampson going to the Browns, who I think has a good chance to steal some work out of from Judkins. But with Jordan James, I felt like I wanted to mention this one just because he's going to be competing for the backup running spot with the Niners. And Christian McCaffrey is a problem sometimes. So, I mean, we've seen Jordan Mason do it. We've seen Garendo do it. We've seen Elijah Mitchell do it. And this is a good running back that got drafted out of Oregon. He's got good size. He's 5'10", 205. He's not nothing crazy special. I know the 49ers like to draft these really fast running backs to run that zone scheme, but he can do everything very well. He can catch passes, and he was productive in college. So I think this is somebody that got to be on your list when you're doing your rookie drafts in the late second, like third round, maybe fourth round. You need the 49ers backup. All you got to do is beat out Garendo.
I'll rephrase. You need Christian McCaffrey's backup. Wherever Christian McCaffrey's at, you need his backup because they're probably in the future, they're probably going to play. But as long as Christian McCaffrey's with the 49ers, I mean, fuck yeah, you want the 49ers back up. That team is literally built on running the ball in these crazy fucking ways. Jordan Mason's out here doing it, undrafted free agent. Garendo was out there doing it. I mean, I feel like they could put most running backs in the backfield in the 49ers and they'll have success. Like, Jordan Mason left, he was a restricted free agent, but he ended up with Minnesota. His value's probably completely gone now that he's with Minnesota, and he might actually get to play over there, but we don't know whether or not this dude is actually like a fucking stud of a running back because he played for the 49ers. Like, we don't know. But I like this pick. You go like this, Christian McCaffrey gets hurt again, this kid's going to be playing, and they're going to be giving this kid the ball.
Oh, he's going to be good. I just wanted to put this name up here. Tootin'. Tootin'. We had to talk about Tootin'. New coaching staff over there with the Jags. There was a lot of talk with, the whole Jeanty getting drafted to the Jags. This guy lit up the combine. I mean, where was he? He had a 4.3 40 and a 40-inch vert and was second best at the 10-yard split. Travis Etienne didn't get drafted by Liam Cohen. So I feel like you got to mention Tootin' a little bit here. So I do like this pick later on in rookie drafts as a running back. Tank Bigsby, he kind of came on a little bit, but I think the coaching staff is going to give this guy – he got drafted in the fourth round, so not incredibly late. I just feel like the Jaguars with the new coach staff, they're going to give this guy a shot. He could just win the job outright. I don't know. Probably not, but he could. What do you think, Matt? Going to the Jags.
No, I agree. I don't disagree. I'll be buying low on Etienne this year. That's really how I feel after the draft. But you're right. There ain't nothing wrong about what you said. Any other names? Dylan Sampson. We don't got him on the thing, but Dylan Sampson went to the Browns. That was a guy that me and Craftman liked. Don't have the draft capital, but the job's open if you go out there and show out. I know Judkins got drafted there too, so kind of some obstacles, but Dylan Sampson there. Any other names you want to bring up, Craftman?
I mean, not really. You got to bring up Jaden Blue going to the Cowboys. One of the premier landing spots. He really doesn't have to beat out that much talent. So, but he is He's a smaller guy. He's 5'9", 181. Not really sure what the Cowboys were doing in this draft at running back. There was so many running backs in this draft. If you're going to pass up on all of them, like why are you waiting for a change of pace guy like this to draft in the 5th round?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Cowboys go, I really don't mind what they do sometimes. I feel like Jerry Jones gets too much criticism, but I don't know. As far as running back goes, they definitely ain't they ain't spending up on one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on them for it, to be honest. So I don't know. Anything else, Crab Man? You ready to close this deal on out?
Oh yeah, man. I'm good. This is a good one.
Hey, don't be a hoe and share the motherfucking show. This was running backs and tight ends, man. Look, we appreciate everything that everybody who watches the podcast or has anything to do with the podcast. We about to hop on here and throw out some other stuff for your ass. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Craftman, anything else? Would you like to say anything, Craftman?
No, I just appreciate everybody for listening. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the NFL draft. There's definitely going to be some ballers come out of this. Especially in the running back class, it might just be the next level of RBs that we talk about for the next 5 years going on in dynasty and redraft. So, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about it.
Swizzy, anything you want to say to the good folks out there?
Fuck the tight ends, man.
It's a good class, man. It's a good class.
I can see I can see that, but god damn.
And don't sleep on these tight ends. I mean, I know we say it, but don't sleep on them. The landing spots weren't the best, but they all landed with bad quarterbacks. That's kind of the what hurt a little bit in this draft.
Agreed.
Don't sleep.
Well, shoot, man. Everybody, thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for checking out running backs and tight ends. Don't be a hoe. Share the show. But we are out.
Peace.